All right, everyone, welcome to this explainer. I am beyond ready today. Got my bags packed, my armor polished, and I am literally ready to place a massive bounty on Immortal Realm. We are going totally old school, stock Ultima Online style. I'm gonna hunt some players down, make them pay, and I've got a mountain of gold ready to fund the biggest reward this realm has ever seen. Okay, whoa, let's pump the brakes for a second. Your enthusiasm is absolutely great, but listen. If you go into Immortal Realm expecting stock UO bounty mechanics, well, you are going to be staring at a rejected filing at the bank window. Today, we're breaking down exactly how to place a bounty, which are officially called Player Writs here, and we're going to clear up the massive misconceptions people carry over from other games. Short version, there's no NPC, you don't fund the reward yourself, you can't set the expiry, and once it's filed, you absolutely cannot cancel it. Wait, misconceptions? Look, I just need to know one really simple thing first. Where do I find the bounty board filing NPC? I've got 100,000 gold right here in my backpack, and I need to drop it into the reward pool escrow, like, right now. Just point me to the guy with the input menu. Okay, stop right there. Halt the entire conversation. Do not pass go. Put that gold away right now. So here is the absolutely crucial point you need to understand. There is no filing NPC. There's no pop-up input gump asking you to type in a reward amount. The Public Writ Deed itself is the entire filing mechanism. The mechanic here is completely embodied in the world. If you're running around town looking for a crier or some bounty registrar NPC to talk to, you are going to be running around literally forever. Wait, what? No NPC? But then how do I set the reward? How do I tell the system I want the writ to expire in, say, a week? You don't. And actually, this brilliantly illustrates the difference between what you're expecting and how Immortal Realm actually works. In stock UO, yeah, you'd set your own reward, you'd use an NPC gump, and you'd throw your gold into escrow. But on Immortal Realm, the system is designed to keep the board moving and prevent those stale, weeks-long writs. You absolutely cannot set your own reward. You can't set your own expiry time either. The rewards are fixed tokens paid by the realm, the term is fixed, and your only cost is a flat 5,000 gold bank fee. Seriously? I can't set a 1 million gold bounty on my rival? Man, that is kind of disappointing. Well, it's designed for a healthy, active PvP economy. Let's move to the next step and see how this actually builds into a highly functional system. Here are the exact 4 physical steps you take to file a writ. First, you buy a Public Writ Deed from the Time Token Reward Catalog. It costs exactly 40 time tokens. Now, if you're short on those, be sure to check out our Earning Time Tokens explainer later. Second, and listen closely because this is where literally everyone fails, make sure you have 5,000 gold in your bank, not your backpack. The crown seal fee draws directly from the bank. Oh, so carrying around this ridiculously heavy bag of gold right now is completely useless? Completely useless. Put it in the bank. Step 3, double-click the deed in your backpack. And step 4, just target the player you want to file against. That's literally it. The very moment you target them, the system runs a series of background checks. If everything is clear, boom. The 5,000 gold fee is instantly withdrawn from your bank, the deed is consumed entirely, and the writ posts live to the Board of Writs. You'll get a system message saying the registrar accepts your filing, and the target gets an immediate notification that they officially have a target on their back. Okay. The physical steps actually make sense. Double-click deed, target player. Super simple. But wait. I'm still completely confused about something. I only paid a tiny 5,000 gold filing fee. Bounty hunters expect big payouts, right? Where in the world is the actual reward money coming from if I didn't fund an escrow pool? And that right there clears up the single most misunderstood piece of the entire system. Notice the breakdown of the payment flow here. You, the placer, only ever pay the 5,000 gold bank fee. That's your one-time cost. The realm actually pays the rewards in PvP tokens. If a hunter successfully claims and finishes the writ, the realm pays the hunter 5 PvP tokens. But even better, if the writ resolves in your favor, the realm pays you 3 PvP tokens. Whoa, hold on. So my only out-of-pocket cost is the filing fee? I don't need a massive war chest to put out hits? Exactly. You don't fund the reward at all. The system does it for you. Now, let's talk about the term limit. 120. That is exactly how many minutes your writ stays on the board. 2 hours, strictly fixed.
Just 2 hours? Well, what if I file it and then like 5 minutes later, I make peace with the guy? Can I just log into a gump and cancel the writ?
Absolutely not. There is no placer-side cancellation. Once it is on that board, you cannot pull it back. It stays live for the full 120 minutes unless it gets resolved or disrupted first. Okay, I'm starting to see some clever loopholes here. What if I just use an alt character to spam bounties on someone? Or wait, what if my buddy targets me, kills me, and we just farm the realm's PvP tokens since I didn't even have to put up the reward money?
Nice try, but the system's anti-collusion guardrails are way ahead of you. A filing will be immediately blocked, with no fee charged, thankfully, if you try any of these shenanigans. You cannot file on a character on your same account. You can't file on someone you have a close relationship with. The system actually checks trust signals behind the scenes to reject collusion. You can't stack writs, so if the target is already on a writ, blocked. And if they're currently serving a warden's sentence in prison, blocked.
Fine, no alts, no buddies. But if my 2-hour writ expires and no one killed the guy, I'm just gonna double-click another deed and refile immediately. I will hound them all day long. Actually, you won't. 18. That is the pair cooldown in hours. Once your writ on a specific target resolves or expires, you cannot refile against that exact same target for 18 hours. On top of that, the target themselves gets a 45-minute crown protection window where nobody can file a writ against them. It's built specifically to prevent endless griefing. But here is the flip side, and honestly, this usually shocks players. There is no offense gate whatsoever.
Wait, what does that mean? Don't they need to be a murderer? Like, have a red criminal flag or some civic infraction to have a bounty put on them?
Nope. Anyone can be righted. As long as you respect the guardrails we just talked about, the cooldowns and the one right limit, you can drop a player writ on a completely innocent crafter who just annoyed you at the bank. The system simply does not require them to be a criminal. Oh man, the chaos that is gonna cause, I absolutely love it. Okay, but you said earlier, I get 3 tokens if it resolves for me, and the hunter gets 5. Is there any way to juice those numbers?
There is, and it adds a fantastic layer of depth. It's called an officialized writ. At the very time of filing, you can actually have a senior high ledger arbiter co-sign your player writ. This gives it crown branding and applies a rank-tiered token boost right on top of the standard reward. But keep in mind, you actually have to interact with a ledger arbiter for this. You can't just do it alone, hiding in the woods somewhere.
Okay, let's look at the target's perspective for a second. Let's say I put a writ on some guy. He's terrified. He definitely doesn't want to fight a highly geared bounty hunter. Can he just cowardly yield?
He totally can. It's called the system's mercy valve. A targeted player can surrender to the warden's prison. They serve a 15-minute sentence, and notice how the payout splits here. It actually discharges the writ in your favor. The realm pays you 2 PvP tokens, and the hunter gets a 1-token consolation prize. It's a clean exit for a target who refuses to fight, but you still get paid out.
I guess that's fair. But what if the target is insanely wealthy and wants to fight back without ever drawing a weapon? Can they mess with my filing?
Welcome to the criminal underground. Yes, they can. The Velvet Hand offers illicit disruption services specifically aimed at player writs. A wealthy target can buy writ smoke to extend the hunter's claim window, which makes it way harder to track them. They can buy a target redirect to point your writ at a completely different player nearby. Or, honestly, worst of all for you, they can buy a name scrub, which removes your writ from the board entirely.
Hold on. If they buy a name scrub and wipe my writ off the board, do I get my 5,000 gold filing fee back?
Not a chance. If it's scrubbed, your 5,000 gold fee is gone forever, not refunded. That is the accepted risk and the absolute price of filing a bounty on a target who has the gold and the shady connections to a foreign Velvet Hand counter services.
Oh, that is devastating. I'm going to be so mad when that happens to me. Hey, it's all part of the game. All right, let's wrap this explainer up with a rapid-fire checklist of common mistakes just so you don't embarrass yourself out there. Do not try to file without a deed. The board won't accept it. Do not try to file with gold in your backpack. The fee only comes from your bank. Stop expecting to fund a reward pool out of your own pocket. Don't try to file on someone using your alt account. Don't file on someone enjoying their 45-minute crown protection window. And definitely don't waste your time trying to refile on the same guy within the 18-hour cooldown period. Okay, no NPC, deed is literally everything, gold in the bank, 120 minutes. I think I actually get it now. The system pays the bounty, I just pay the filing fee. I am officially ready to do this.
I'm really glad you finally understand it. And that brings us to the end of our explainer on player writs. Now that you know exactly how to navigate the board, how to avoid losing your 5k gold to a silly mistake, and how to outsmart those anti-collusion mechanics, I really have to ask, who is gonna be your very first target? Let us know, grab your public writ deeds, and happy hunting out there.